Hey guys, um, so today's episode 2 of this new series called Bracket Buster, and basically I'm going to be breaking down the bracket, and so let's get started. So, I just want to let everyone know that the one seeds have not changed since none of them have really lost. They all say the same, so I'm not really going to talk about them at all, but I'm going to talk about second through fifth seed, and then I'm going to do my upset. So we'll start here in the East. In the East, you got one seed Villanova, two seed North Carolina, who moved up, three seed Ohio State, who moved like way up, fourth seed Texas Tech, which moved down, fifth seed Florida, they moved up, sixth seed Seton Hall, seventh seed TCU, who's now unranked, eighth seed Miami, ninth seed Arkansas, 10th seed Alabama, 11th seed Syracuse, 12th seed Boise State, 13th seed Vermont, 14th seed Bucknell, 15th seed Pennsylvania, and 16th seed. You got a playing game between North Carolina A&T and Wagner. So we're just going to talk about the second seed, North Carolina. They were up one from last week. Last week they were the third seed. They do have the most quality wins, but I want to see how they play against Duke. They play against Duke February 8th, and that's going to be on ESPN. That's going to be a good game to watch. It's going to be very exciting because Duke versus North Carolina, it's kind of like one of the biggest college matchups ever. So moving on to the third seed. Third seed, we got Ohio State. They're undefeated this season in Big Ten play, and it's led by Keita Diop. My question is, can they win in the Big Ten tournament against powerhouses like Purdue and Michigan State, Michigan, all those teams? I think Ohio State, I think they're a good team. They're rolling right now, and it's always good to be rolling, but once it comes tournament time, I want to see how this team fares. Next, we got our fourth seed. Fourth seed is Texas Tech. Texas Tech, they are a good team. They're kind of struggling right now, but I think they're a good team. And my question is though, like, can they like find a consistent way to win? And I think right now they're struggling a little bit to find that. And they're also a younger team, so it also takes a little bit to learn. And for our 15th seed, I got fifth seed. Sorry, my bad. I got Florida. They got Florida, and Florida, they're a good team. They just beat Kentucky. Good win for them. Kentucky, I've kind of said it. It's like my thing now. I don't think Kentucky's a good team. I think they're all right, but I don't think they're really that good. And I just think that Kentucky, they're just not very good, and that gave Florida kind of a boost, and they moved up in the rankings. My upset here is Alabama, and Alabama, led by point guard Colin Sexton. If they can have guys rolling like John Petty did against Auburn, I think they will really be a team to reckon with, and they're definitely, for sure, I would say a team that could easily upset TCU. But the question is, how are they gonna fare in this side of the bracket? It's like the star guards, and I want to see how they fare against. I want to see how Colin Sexton fares against guys like Joel Berry from North Carolina or Jalen Brunson from Villanova. So moving on to the let's go to the West. So the West, again we have Duke staying at the one seed. You got Michigan State at the two seed. You got Oklahoma going down to a three seed. Arizona going to a four seed. Kentucky at the fifth seed. Creighton at the sixth seed. Louisville at the seventh seed. St. Mary at the eighth seed. Texas at the ninth seed. USC at the 10th seed. Middle Tennessee at the 11th seed. New Mexico State at the 12th seed. Belmont at the 13th seed. Montana at the 14th seed. Kansas, I think that's how you say it, at the 15th seed, and Radford at the 16th seed. In my opinion, this region right here is probably my favorite to watch. A lot of great big men in here. You got Marvin Bagley and Wendell Carter Jr. out of Duke. You got Mo Bamba. You got Jock Landale, who I just made Player of the Week. You got DeAndre Ayton, Angel Delgado from Creighton. Oklahoma, they don't really have like a star big man, but they got Trae Young, and he's a star. And Michigan State, you got Nick Ward, Jaren Jackson Jr., Miles Bridges, all the great guys that are pretty much like big men. So we're gonna start talking about Michigan State here. Michigan State, my real question with them is, can they beat Coach K? They can beat everyone else here, I think, but the real question for me is, can they beat Coach K? Because Coach K really has Tom Izzo, and I mean, Coach K is obviously a better coach than Tom Izzo in terms of accolades, but my question with them is, can they beat Coach K and his squad? The third seed, they got Oklahoma. Can someone please help Trae Young? They're struggling, and Trae Young had 48 points, and they still lose to Oklahoma State. You just can't let that happen. But my question with them really is, can anyone get help for Trae Young? Fourth seed, we got Arizona. DeAndre Ayton, Alonzo Trier. This is a good Arizona team. But my question is, can DeAndre Ayton, can he really challenge Marvin Bagley? That's going to be a really good matchup. That's going to be a really hot matchup between Marvin Bagley and DeAndre Ayton, two most likely top 3 picks. And then fifth seed, Kentucky. I'm not a huge fan of Kentucky, but my question is New Mexico State going to be able to upset Kentucky? I really think that could be a 12-5 upset. But my major upset is Texas. Mo Bamba, he's a defensive stopper. He can get blocks and get rebounds. And if you got Mohamed Bamba anchor in the inside, I think they could really do something at Duke. Which they have a lot of big men, but I think Mohamed Bamba will be able to slow him down. All right, so moving on to the Midwest. You got the 1 seed, Purdue, 2 seed, Kansas, 3 seed, Clemson, 4th seed, Cincinnati, 5th seed, Tennessee, 6th seed, Arizona State, 7th seed, Gonzaga, 8th seed, Florida State, 9th seed, Butler, 10th seed, Marquette, 11th seed, Providence, 12th seed, Buffalo, 13th seed, South Dakota State, 14th seed, Wright State, 15th seed, Drake, and 16th seed, Arkansas Pine Bluff, playing Nichols in a play-in game. So a real question here. Well, Purdue, obviously, they're the 1 seed. I think they're going to be able to keep it going, keep rolling. But let's talk about the other teams in this bracket. So, let's see. We got our 2nd seed is Kansas. And the question with Kansas is, after a clutch win against Baylor, I think, will their experience prove worthy? They have more experience than the Purdue team, and they obviously have the best coach in here in this region. So that's probably the real question with them and Bill Self. Then we got our 3rd seed. Our 3rd seed is Clemson. Clemson, they have 6 quality wins, but their experience against Kansas experience, you obviously take Kansas. Kansas is a better team, I think, personally, than Clemson right now. But can Clemson keep themselves rolling, keep getting these quality wins, and be able to beat a team experienced as Kansas and Devontae Graham? So 4th seed, we got Cincinnati. Cincinnati, they're a good team in the AAC, but it's the AAC. They're not really a great conference. Not a lot of really good teams in there, but can they win the conference and beat Wichita State? If they can beat Wichita State, personally, I think they could challenge anyone in here. But I think, can they beat Wichita State at least once? At least once. Then we got the 5th seed, which is Tennessee. Tennessee, I think they only have 1 or 2 quality wins. They're not really that great. But I think Tennessee, they really gotta get better, and they gotta prove themselves a little bit more in the SEC. My upset for this bracket is Butler. Butler, they're a good team. They between Paul Jurgensen and those guys, I think they're a good squad. And an Indiana matchup between Purdue and Butler, that'll be such a good matchup. The whole state of Indiana is gonna go crazy. But yeah, Purdue Butler, I think Butler's really got a chance. They beat Villanova, so why can't they beat anyone else? Yeah. And let's move on to our final part of the bracket, the Souths. And in the South, obviously you got 1 seed Virginia, and then 2nd seed Xavier. 3rd seed we got West Virginia. 4th seed we got Auburn. 5th seed Wichita State. 6th seed Nevada. 7th seed Rhode Island. 8th seed Michigan. 9th seed Texas A&M. 10th seed Missouri. 11th seed Notre Dame. 12th seed Louisiana. 13th seed East Tennessee State. 14th seed Northeastern. 15th seed Florida Gulf Coast. And 16th seed Hawaii. Xavier. They also are a very experienced team with J.P. Makura. I think he's either a junior or a senior. He's a really good player. He's really got to prove himself in this tournament, I think. He's probably not going to get drafted, but I think if he does well in the tournament, he could really move himself up in the big boards. 3rd seed, we got West Virginia. Can Javon Carter be Javon Carter? Top 25 mention for winning player of the year. He's just really got to play well. And I think if he plays well, I think the whole team will do well. Yeah. And then our 4th seed, we got Auburn. Can they keep rolling? They have quite a few quality wins. Obviously, they just lost to Alabama without Colin Sexton. But they really just got to kind of stay consistent. They're also kind of a newcomer. And for our 5th seed, we got Wichita State. Wichita State just had 2 devastating losses this week, which puts them down a little bit. They just really got to get back on the grind, got to win some games, and got to keep doing it. Got to keep working, And for my upset, this seems to be an injury-riddled group here. You got some stars from Robert Williams from Texas A&M. You got Michael Porter Jr. out of Missouri, and you got Bonzie Colson out of Notre Dame. The only one I'm pretty sure will return is Bonzie Colson. Michael Porter, we don't really have a clue. He's still unsure if he's coming back this season. I really hope he does, though, because I think if he comes back, I really do think Missouri can make it pretty far. But if he does not come back, I don't think Missouri's got a chance. But yeah, so I'm picking Notre Dame as my true upset here. I don't know much about Nevada, but what I do know is that Nevada, they're not an ACC school. Notre Dame's played against tougher teams, and so I'm gonna take Notre Dame as my upset. If they can beat Nevada, I think they could beat West Virginia pretty easily. I think Bonzie Colson will be able to, kind of set a tone a little bit once he comes back, and I think they're going to be a Sweet 16, maybe even a Elite 18. So yeah. Which team again do I think should be in the bracket that's not in here? For sure, NC State. I think it's disrespect that they keep putting him out of the bracket. I know they don't have a lot of quality wins, But again, they beat two number 2 ranked teams in Duke and Arizona. That's got to be worth something, right? So I think they just got to rack up a couple more quality wins, and then we'll see them go somewhere. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out some of my other videos. Make sure you like my video and comment and subscribe. And thank you so much. So yeah, I guess that's it. And peace.